We will not copyright or trademark that. We do not have the rights to this at all. Please do not sue us. Thank you.
Welcome back to These Unprecedented Gays, your go-to podcast for all things queer, where we unpack the nuances of LGBTQ plus life in these unprecedented times.
Are you having that now?
You can eat your pasta salad all day long.
Oh, girl.
This is my salad.
This is
okay.
PG.
Pasta salad a little bit.
Did you toss the pasta salad a little bit?
Yummy.
It usually is better after it marinates, though.
Yummy, yummy.
After
Wait,
after it sits in its own juices.
Oh my god, the glorious
Does
juice.
pasta salad get better? Is it like...
Yeah, that's what we were just saying. Welcome to the conversation.
Well, no, you know what the thing is like with pasta salad, you sometimes have to like put more dressing on it because the dressing gets soaked up by the pasta and all the other stuff in it. Because I have cheese in there too, and that cheese will soak it up too.
It's so good.
Wait, cheese soaks up? The cheese soaks it up?
It'll do it. Yeah.
Moisture, you know.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. Like when you okay, that makes sense. Yeah, like a feta, because that's what was in it, right? Feta?
No.
What cheese
It's
was
Italian.
in there?
It was
so
Parma.
it was I had a 3-cheese Italian mix. So,
Am I losing my mind? Who had
yeah,
feta?
Fresh mozzarella, too.
Oh,
Maybe that's what it was. Did the corn one have feta?
The corn had a
Cotija. Cotija
cheese.
Cotija.
So it's just kind of like a Mexican feta.
Yeah, Mexican feta with feta.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Joe.
And we're these unprecedented gays.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we have to get this, like, we have to keep doing it because every time we do it, it gets easier. So we have to remember to do our new segment.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
into...
bottoming. Because as you do it more, it gets easier.
Does it, though?
No.
I don't think it does.
No.
I mean, unless you're getting, like, fisted on a regular basis and then you just have a prolapse. But then, like, you know, that just doesn't make it easier either.
I mean, it may. I don't know.
And not in June or July.
We're almost in June, bro.
Believe me, I know, because it's almost my birthday. And if one more person asks me, what do you want for your birthday? I'm like...
Tell them world peace.
Yeah, exactly. But no, we have to make sure we get this into because it's new, so we want to make
rhythm.
sure a rhythm, yes,
Rhythmically.
The rhythm method, if you would.
Never works.
What's a rhythm method?
That's how Catholics used to practice...
safe sex?
No.
Contraception.
I'm sorry, what?
You would use a certain timing of the woman's cycle to only have sex certain times of the
Oh,
month.
yeah.
That's the rhythm method, but it never worked because it's very imprecise.
Oh, I thought the rhythm method was you had a rhythm and then you knew exactly
Like
when you were going to come.
Okay.
Oh my God, no.
It's the rhythm of your cycle, the monthly cycle.
I
The
was-
rhythm's going to get you either way.
Tonight, it's a rhythm of the night, baby. I thought that's what you meant. You're pulsing at certain
Exactly.
certain amplitude.
That's why all these Catholic families have 6 kids.
Girl,
See, I thought it was like a stroke rhythm. Like
Ooh.
you had to after a certain number of strokes, it's like
Short, long.
yeah,
short,
exactly.
long.
So then
and then they do CPR.
so you could control your.
So funny. One of my grad school friends did a paper on gender selection, and he went through the whole folklore of gender selection. So like, when you want to have a boy or you want to have a girl, you do certain things, and in different cultures.
And eat certain products and
Well, yeah,
things like that.
And rhythms are one of them. Like, you have sex a certain way in order to encourage it to be a boy versus a girl. And none of them are true.
I was just going to ask:
it's
is this
interesting.
scientifically backed?
Yeah, can you imagine? I wanted a girl.
Well, some people would also say after you have sex, you were supposed to stand on your head.
Well, because
that's more
Wait, the
of a
girl?
kind of
But that's more conception. But it was just because those are
The wives' tales?
those
Yeah.
wives' tales of certain things that'll get you into a certain spot.
Well, you know what? You know what's funny based on that? When April, my sister-in-law, was, I think it was Cece, so her second kid, she read that you eat dates to induce. So she ate medjool dates, I think.
Yeah.
For the week leading up, and it worked. I'm using air quotes, but like she also is like a baby maker. So,
but like, does that mean it's because it wants to make her go poop?
I don't know.
Or something?
Because I think that like it may be just like the sugar and it like
Wait
signals
a second,
stuff.
You're saying it worked because she had the baby. She was
absolutely.
Have the baby whether she had dates or not.
I know.
She's very fertile.
But it is like a psychosomatic thing too.
100%.
You think that going for walks is another one that they always tell you.
Or eating. There's a pizza.
Eat spicy food.
Or having sex.
Yeah.
Having sex in that last.
But then some people don't have sex because when they're pregnant because they're like, well, what if it'll dent the baby's head?
Listen.
It'll make the baby stutter and dodge.
I mean, yeah, these are the wives' tales. We should do a wives' tales episode.
Yeah.
That would be a fun
Because like
one.
I'm gonna tell you, like growing up like an Italian Catholic, like there were so many things that I mean you're probably aware.
Windex fixes everything.
I'm not Greek.
Right.
Oh, that's Greek. Sorry.
My culture,
But
although I love
also,
Greek.
like, Linda has wives' tales or like, things that they do, that has been passed down.
Yeah.
Like, just, like certain things you can do to get rid of certain things, and it's like, okay, well,
medicine is
like
yeah.
Sage the home of all the demons.
right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, yeah, that might be a good episode. We'll have to do some research.
Well, I'm loving the rhythm method that Andy talked about because that was basically the pre-period app tracker, which now is a little basically the same thing.
Now your watch will tell you.
Right? Isn't that
you'll still
crazy?
get
It hasn't told me I'm ovulating yet, so
Wouldn't that be like the greatest thing? I feel like men invented that, where it's like the watch is going to say the female is ovulating, and so it's like time to have sex.
probably, or like maybe it was a woman finally becoming a CEO of a tech company that's like women need to be represented.
That's not Steve Jobs.
It maybe was.
I've always loved, what was her name from Lauren Conrad from The Hills? And
Okay.
MTV. She one time she was on a radio show and somebody asked her, "What's your favorite position?" And she goes, "CEO."
Oh,
And I was like, "Good for you."
She did really well because she was in the whatever the first one was, and then was it the Hills, and then the OC? No, it wasn't.
No,
the
I think it
OC.
was like Laguna Beach.
Laguna
and
Beach.
then
I
The
ate that
Hills.
shit up. I love that.
It looks like it was made for you.
It was because it was all reality. Like it was doctored reality television. Right. And
Reality.
then they came out and after the words they were like, oh yeah, there were edits that like we were told what to do. So it was like reality TV back in the day when it was like reality. And then she went on to do like the LA fashion thing, and she like thrived because she has like her own fashion brand and is like a CEO.
She has a Kohl's collection.
No
you
way.
You made it when you have a Kohl's collection.
You represent the
Or
everyday
a Target
woman.
collection.
Ugh.
You are top tier. So anyway, we're supposed to
She
do
had
our new
eaten.
segment.
We broke rhythm.
Oh, now we won't get pregnant
See, I told you the rhythm's going to get you.
tonight.
So we have a new segment. It's called "But Did She Eat?"
Yummy. I'm gonna take that recording and pass.
I think it should be you that does it.
No,
We
the
should
best
all-
part is
we
that
should
you
all
have
record our own
because
yummy
you
yummy.
have COVID in it, and you're like yummy.
It will be perfect.
So with our new segment, we pick something out of, or a couple of things out of pop culture or something that's happened in the news in the last week or so since we've been here last, and we asked the question, "But did she eat?" So, Joe, do you have one?
I have one.
Okay, go ahead.
So, I don't know if we talked about it last week or whatever, but the whole like Supreme Court Justice Alito thing, where like he had the upside down flag.
Oh, right,
and then
right,
he had
right.
at one of his homes, and then he blamed his wife because naturally. And then at his other home, he had like a Christian nationalism flag, which he was like, I wasn't aware that was flying.
And he blamed that on his wife too.
Naturally, right?
Yeah.
So today he wrote a letter, I guess, to the Congress, and it was like, here is like, I know that you want me to recuse myself, but like I'm a judge and I'm impartial, so I will not be recusing myself from the January 6th cases.
Right.
Which it's like, that's like obvious that you need to. So I want to know if that, like, did she eat with saying that or no?
No.
Yeah, I know.
She's an idiot.
I just,
She did not eat.
I just don't
She
know,
was not
like-
hungry.
and I'm not like a legal scholar, but I'm just like, there's no way at this point for us to do anything. It's like we're stuck.
Look, here's the thing. right now, politics, the Supreme Court. What? Like,
I watched the movie, the new Civil War movie with Bring It On girl. Kirsten Dunst is in it.
oh, I thought you were going to say Gabrielle Union.
It's basically
I was hoping for it.
it's
She looks
basically
really
like
good.
If a very crazy post-apocalyptic style of like Trumpism and it leading to a new civil war.
Yeah, I can't
And,
watch it.
Like
It
news.
almost sounds too real.
It was way too real. But in the headspace I was at, I was like, I'm doing this. But like, yeah. Anyway, I don't know why I was brought up.
So that didn't eat. That's
No.
what I'm hearing.
Okay.
What are your eatings?
So I have two. The first one is Robert De Niro at Trump's New York case. He was outside, like, saying, "Why are you guys voting for this guy? Why are you even here? You're a bunch of idiots." And all
Robert
that
De
kind of
Niro, the
stuff.
actor,
Robert De Niro, the actor,
out front of the Trump trial.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the pro-Trump protesters.
Right.
Oh.
And people are like, well, he was doing it to, Biden's campaign is politicizing this trial. It's like, Robert De Niro did that on his own. Nobody told him
But
to
also,
do
like,
that.
fuck it. Well, it's politics. Like, let them politicize it.
Joe was in his strategy meeting and he said, if only
Robert De Niro.
that would change everything.
It's interesting you say that because somehow I got signed up for like blue leading like political stuff, and I got an email about this today from like Robert De Niro, care of Joe Biden's campaign, right? And it was all about this. It was like,
Oh, wow.
So they're definitely utilizing it for
And I'm like, but
fundraising.
I will say, I think she did eat. Because, like,
What
Robert
was-
De Niro
what
was
was
out
she
there
saying?
just like, huh?
What was she saying?
He would say, like, you're a bunch of losers, you're a bunch of idiots for voting for this guy.
To the Trump people.
Yeah, to the
Oh
Trump
my
people.
God.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
He was the
But
one
it's
on
like-
national TV, like during an award ceremony, who was like, "And F Trump," right? Remember
Yeah.
that? Like they had to like censor it because he
Yeah.
was out
Oh,
there.
good for you, Robert De Niro. You don't mess with the Fockers.
Right. That should be his next movie.
Wait, was he the Fockers? No.
Yes, he was in the Fockers. He was in
What
the
was
Fockers.
Adam Sandler's mom? What was his last name? The Shits or something?
Um,
Because that was Barbara Streisand, and she was like the sex doctor, right? Meet the Parents?
It's a deep dive into a movie that nobody watched.
You never
watched
wait.
it.
You never watched Meet the
Yeah,
Fockers?
we did.
Oh, okay, yeah.
he is the fucker.
Yeah, he's the Focker.
He's the Grand Focker, or the God Focker, I think.
He was.
Robert
He's
De
the.
Niro is Burns.
He's the mother Focker.
Oh no! Ben Stiller's the Focker, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. And Dustin Hoffman was like, we Fockerized him. Those are I do like those movies. They're really good. Anyway, okay. So
Okay.
Robert De Niro ate. She
Yeah,
ate.
so
okay.
she ate.
I believe it.
And then the second thing is, I don't know if you know this, but Nelly Furtado put out a Tiny Desk concert.
She did? I love the Tiny Desk concerts.
Okay, so I will say she ate, but she left some on the plate because super cute. She did this whole thing. Her baby daddy was there with her, like, but they're not together. But their daughter that they have curated the set list for the Tiny Desk concert.
Was it all older songs or any new songs?
No, there's new songs and old songs.
Oh.
And I mean, she did Promiscuous. She did Man Eater.
I love that.
She did some newer stuff. Like she has a new one out with S.G. Lewis and somebody else, which is really good.
Would you say that she say it right?
She did say it right.
Yeah.
And but she also did the remix, the underground remix of "Get Your Freak On" that she did with Missy Elliott.
I didn't know that she did that.
Right, because it only went to urban radio and it never came out as a single or part of a single.
I had no idea that she was still making music.
Oh yes,
Nelly Furtado?
yes,
I'm like a bird. Was that her?
yes.
Okay. I love Promiscuous though, with her and Timbaland.
But the only thing is the reason why I say she left some on the plate was because she only did like a minute or two of each song.
Oh.
So like the first verse and then the chorus.
That's
Do you
the
think
Tiny
it
Desk
was-
concert, though.
But I was going to say, do you
feel
think...
like everybody else?
Actually, you're
like-
right. They do. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Are
everybody
they
else
like,
is
they're like
full.
mini concerts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but at a tiny desk.
Are those on the BBC?
She's worth $40 million.
No, NPR.
Yeah.
Which is the one that do... Because I know that they do...
Top of the Pops.
They also do one in like Europe. Like in London, similarly, or no?
I don't think so.
It's called a Tiny Desk concept.
The tiny desk.
Dogma. What did she eat?
I think she ate. I want to see that. So you just go on what does he say? PBS?
NPR.
It's on YouTube.
Or NPR?
NPR.
Yeah, via YouTube.
Well, because I think I forget. There used to be they would be high level celebrities like Taylor Swift did those, and then they'd be acoustic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you also get some really cool ones that you didn't think would be good for Tiny Desk concert, but then they are.
They're more intimate, right?
So
that's such a cool idea.
well, Scarface.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that hip hop artists would be good at a Tiny Desk
Al
concert.
Pacino?
And they,
But,
they did heavy metal one time, a really crazy heavy metal.
And then they do
band.
Broadway and everything. So it's
Oh, that's why. Because they did the Tiny Desk for Wicked, and then I think
and Six did a Tiny Desk concert.
That's what it
That
was.
one's a
Okay,
good one, too.
I'm bringing it back.
Yeah,
there it is.
But you know who else has a good one that you should probably check out too once you're done watching the Nelly Furtado one is Post Malone.
I
He
like
has an
him.
amazing Tiny Desk concert.
He actually has a good voice. Circles is a great song. Not
I love that
rapping. He has a very his voice is very nice to listen
So
to.
So weird thing that we brought this up. I was listening to my playlist and I didn't realize that I had it on Smart Shuffle. So it was
What's Smart Shuffle?
Smart Shuffle on Spotify it'll play your playlist, but it'll also add in songs that are like your playlist that you don't have on there. So it adds songs.
No, ma'am.
So it's really cool.
I love it.
No, because that's how I found Nonsense by Sabrina Carpenter. And then I was like,
Is that the song where she's like, I'm a singer?
yeah.
Joe's been singing that all week.
I hate it. She's like, I'm working late because I'm a singer.
Exactly.
I fucking hate it. But it's like, I think about you when I think about espresso.
That's a different one. That's that be espresso.
It's an earworm, and I'm like, get out of my fucking head.
I know, because I was going around and somebody dropped something, and I was like, that's that me espresso. So anyway, so
Smart Shuffle.
So Smart Shuffle came on, and I started hearing a song that I didn't know, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And it was the new Post Malone, but he has a country album. He's going the Beyonce route.
Oh.
So it's with Morgan Wallen, and I was like,
who's that?
I don't like Morgan. He's problematic.
Oh, okay.
He's one of the biggest country stars right now, but he was caught on video recently saying the N-word.
Oh, cute.
And then he was also arrested in Nashville because he threw a chair off the top of a bar.
Oh, cute again.
We've all done that.
A rooftop bar.
He sounds great.
Well, and then because of all that, the Nashville Association, I don't know who approves the neon signs and stuff in front of your bar. They didn't approve his sign for his new bar.
Oh.
So obviously he didn't eat either.
He didn't get lit up.
No, he is not lit, girl.
No, even for you. Oh my god.
So anyway, that was that. So how was your week, Joe?
Wait,
go ahead.
Did you? This is not related, but did you guys see that Morgan Spurlock passed away?
Yes.
I had no idea he was still anything. Obviously, I only remember him from Super Size Me, but my friend texted and he was like, hey, Morgan Spurlock. And I was like, oh my god, that's crazy.
From all those Big Macs.
So we were in New York, and it was our second day there, right, Andy? It was the next, yeah.
Just
so
randomly walking down
the street in Midtown, heading to go look at
we had just come from Central Park in the Plaza Hotel.
and we're going to the Plaza Hotel, actually.
Yeah.
And because I remember once we got there, I was like, I want to swing from a chandelier.
Okay, see ya.
And then, but we were walking, and I look over, and at a truck or something, a news truck or something, I saw Morgan Spurlock.
Oh no! How long ago was this?
This was years ago. First time we were in New York. I think this was 11 years ago, almost 10 years ago.
Wow.
I think
probably, yeah.
2013 or so. And I went up to him. I was I introduced myself. I was big fan because I love Super Size Me and stuff. And he took a picture with me. He was super nice, and we laughed.
No shit.
And yeah, super nice guy.
Huh.
And I was just that is so random. And Andy's I never would have known who that was.
Right.
There's
Did you ever
no
watch
way.
the show,
I watched
the
show,
documentary?
but
Yeah.
I just would not have connected because he didn't look the same.
Pick him out from the crowd. Yeah.
And but that's what Paul's uncanny ability is.
That's your skill.
You're so good at that.
Your skill.
But I was just when I saw that he passed away, I'm like, oh my God, that's like...
He was young.
Yeah, he was young. He lost his battle with cancer.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, I was just, it was weird that is a random celebrity sighting that I have. And I was just like, oh, that's
You have a lot of random celebrity sightings.
I do.
Celebrity sightings. Celebrity sightings.
Say that 5 times real fast.
Celebrity sightings. Celebrity sightings.
So, how was your week, Joe?
Well, nothing to phone home about. We saw you guys over the weekend for the Memorial Day holiday weekend.
That was to phone home about.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah, excuse me.
Well, nothing before that.
Oh, okay.
Hello, that was the Pinnacle?
Pinnacle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on, SAT vocab.
Okay.
The pinnacle, if you will.
But can you spell it?
Sure.
Yeah, I can.
I can.
Pinnacle.
Okay.
Can you use it in a sentence? Oh my God. What always makes me laugh in those spelling bees, they're like, can you tell me the origin of the word? And it's like, bitch, how's that going to help you?
It gives you time to think about the word.
But I guess maybe if it's like Latin, you're like, oh, Latin words are this.
Coming from somebody who participated in spelling bees when they were in elementary school.
I was 4th place in my fourth grade spelling bee.
He won the one for, what was the county?
Oh, Putnam County.
Get out, girl!
Musical about it.
Stop it. Wait.
No, there is actually.
It's not spelled that way, by the way.
Pinnacle?
I thought you said pinnacle, like the game.
Oh, I don't have to spell pinnacle.
Oh, you were spelling pinnacle, not pinnacle?
Yeah, that's the word.
Okay, sorry. Take it back.
Yeah, I'm very professional in my spelling. Thanks.
Okay, so
Pinnacle.
We'll talk about it when we get to it. Wait.
No, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I'll wait.
No, so we saw you guys, and it was a beautiful day in San Diego. I love your new area.
Yeah, it's great.
That sounds
Complex.
weird. Yeah, you're complex. Your
you guys
community.
Have a bunch of hot guys.
I know Tatty Daddy.
Well, Teddy Daddy, and then there was like the other guy who there was a couple of guys that came down. It was just
we needed some sunscreen, but like it was just nice.
Slate was my favorite.
Yeah, Slate.
Oh yeah, that's what we
gave
named
him
him.
names.
Yes.
Slate, short for
Not his actual
something.
Slater.
Slater.
See you later, Slate.
No, so we came over and then we had you guys had really good barbecue, and then that cake was yummy.
The little cake. Okay, so just so people know, we had Andy had made a small tester cake of white chocolate with the raspberry gel and Swiss meringue buttercream because he was asked by our friends Andrew and Gio if he would make the wedding cake for their ceremony. And he said yes.
Yes.
So he is making a sheet cake for 115 people.
Yeah, my virgin wedding cake.
Yes, he is popping his cherry on this
Ooh,
one.
he's popping his raspberry.
Yes! to say. And he's also making a carrot cake, cutting cake.
Well, a 3-tier
Yeah.
cutting cake, but the top layer will be carrot for them to take home with them.
Wait, I didn't know about the carrot cake. We didn't try that one.
No, we didn't try that, but we
Okay.
had that before.
Oh, okay. Maybe do we need to try it again?
In some traditions,
Capacity.
the wedding, you take the top layer and you bring it home and you eat it on your first anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh.
You freeze it for a year.
Oh, really?
I just have to say, too, that, like, you just, like, whipped it up that day.
I know.
And if I could just whip up a cake that tasted like that, I would love myself.
You know how I do that? I go to the store. I'm just going to whip this up.
Or we come over to your house and be like, hey, Andy, what did you whip up today?
I know. You're like, oh, I just made this, like, words that are, like, fancy and cake. And you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. But my favorite part about the cake story is that Paul was saying to the group, like, oh, like, you guys can take that home. And I was like, yeah, like you, Gio and Andrew, you could take home because I thought he was talking to me about taking home their cake.
You were like, I was like, oh, you guys just take the rest of that home. And he's like, Joe's like, no, let Andrew and Gio take it.
I just assumed. The cake was real good.
So the best indicator that it was a success was they texted me later and they're like, "That cake is gone."
Absolutely,
they did. Yeah, they were.
It was also it was like so cute because it was just like a cute little cake.
A little 4-incher, yeah.
I mean, yeah, technically it can feed more than.
The little 4-incher.
The little 4-incher that could. Hey, it's not the size, it's the girth, right?
And it was a girthy.
And it was a girthy 4-inch.
But it was like, that's like a perfect, like, personal size cake. right?
It's a pizookie of cakes.
Right. That's just one serving, and it wasn't too many.
serving.
It wasn't too many layers. It was like 3 layers.
We made 2 of them, and all of us tried, and we all shared one.
Mm-hmm.
So that
I
was 6 of
technically
us.
didn't have any of the cake.
You didn't have any?
No.
Why didn't you have any of the cake?
I don't know if everybody else was enjoying it. And then I didn't want to cut into the other one.
Oh, that was smart.
yeah.
You're so considerate.
It's like, I know.
I need to learn from you.
I'm saving my for the actual like ceremony.
You're gonna go ham.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, give me that cake, bitch.
Paul and I were the only brave ones to get in the pool.
I know. We actually got into the pool. You guys got into the hot tub, but we actually got into the pool.
I mean, the pool was a little chilled.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was actually nice. It was
Well,
nice.
yes, and you guys were brave to do so. So no, that was really fun, and then just kind of been living life. How about you?
So again, Memorial Day we had you guys over, and that was fun. And then we went. Andy and I last night went over to Suvita Park, which is just on the street within walking distance, and they had a food trucks there. Ooh. They only have like 4.
They do every Tuesday night.
Every Tuesday night,
live music thing.
Right? And so the food trucks change, but there's only like 4. There is an ice cream truck, but it's like a Mexican ice cream truck, so it's a little bit different.
Okay.
But like the food was good. They had 2 guys there that were singing and stuff, and that was kind of nice. And there was a little old lady who was just like getting her live dancing out there. It was so cute.
Every song.
Yeah.
What food options were there though?
There was barbecue, Mediterranean, and Ethiopian.
Oh.
So we got barbecue, and we got some sambusas from the Ethiopian place, which is kind of like samosas / dumplings kind of thing.
I've never had
like
Ethiopian.
an Ethiopian.
I've always wanted to try. I feel like you would be a good person to go to Ethiopian food to because you have like the places that you've been to.
You know who had great Ethiopian food? Is Washington D.C.
Yes,
That's
they do.
big.
Because they have
I've
a
never
large.
had it. Yeah.
Because
Because that's the one where it's like the big, like almost like a huge tortilla, and everything's on top, and you like tear it.
There's no tortilla.
Yeah.
It's just like
It's like a bread
big
thing.
platter, and then you like just use your hands. I guess there's bread.
Yeah, there's like a bread thing that it's like on top, and then you like go bloop bloop bloop. Yeah, I want to try
I
Ethiopian
went
food
to
really
one in
bad.
Reston, Virginia, like a million years ago, but it was amazing.
Yeah, because they have a large Ethiopian
knew?
community. So
Interesting. So that was good
My old
food.
joke used to
Good
be,
food.
it's very sandy.
Yes, but
That one went over my head because of it was maps.
And then we took Baxter over to the little dog park that they have over there at Savita because they have two. One, it's all dirt. One, it's all turf. So we went to the
all
one
dirt,
that's
no
all
turf. All
Yes.
turf, no dirt.
Can you walk there from here? Or do you have to?
Oh yeah, you can definitely walk
We
there
walked.
from here. Yeah.
All right, we're moving.
And so we saw these three guys, and I'm like, I walk up and I'm like, is this where all the bears go? With Savita sitting their dog, and then come to find out we knew who they were.
Oh no! Stop it!
Oh.
Shout out.
Yeah. And I was like, it's the first time we've met their third.
Oh.
Yeah, they're in a throuple now.
Oh.
So
Oh.
I was like, that's very interesting.
Scandalo.
I was like, I wanted to be like, so how's it going? But I didn't want to be that person.
Are they the three little
One
bears?
is hard enough. I don't know how people manage in a second.
Well, and to find three that equally like each other, I mean, it's big love all
Like,
over again.
I'm fascinated by it, and I think it's really cool, and no shame on what they're doing.
Yeah, if you have the capacity for
If you
that,
have the capacity,
good for
great.
you.
I don't know how.
I would love to talk to a throuple.
One is enough. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
should do that.
Yeah,
That's
we
a
should get somebody
great
on there who's in a throuple and talk to them about how they deal with
Yeah,
that
We
and
can get
what's
Derek
the
on.
huh?
We can get Derek on. Derek Perry.
Okay.
I was just going to ask
who?
Derek Barry. Do you know Derek Barry? Oh, yeah, just call him up. Hey, Derek.
Oops, I did it.
I think Derek Barry doesn't put foundation on his forehead when he does drag.
Have you been watching the show on Wow?
No, but I've been seeing clips of the like almost like the Untucked from the Vegas Live.
Yes.
Which I was like, this is really funny.
It is very
I need
good.
to watch it. Yeah.
I like it a lot better than Andy likes it. So
No, I mean,
yeah,
I
he
don't
doesn't mind
I
it,
would
but I
watch
like it.
Yeah. Because it's silly.
Well, because it has Latrice, it has
Pangina.
Pangina, it has Derek Barry, Bosco, Lawrence Chaney is in a couple of the first episodes because him and Bosco are switching. So like,
It was cool too to see them like in the behind the scenes, like what it's like to be there for a little while and then leave and hand that
Right.
to someone else. It's
and
gonna be
how
like-
they all do different things in the show, how some will go from being a performer to the host, because that's what Latrice is doing, and like they get their own acts in the show. So it's how they do that because like, Coco Montrese, who we've met randomly.
So at
Pride Night last year. Oh God!
I'm the only one who recognized her.
No, I recognized her, but I was like, I don't want to be racist and assume that is Coco Montrese. And you're like, Coco Montrese, girl! And I was like, okay, Paul did it. We're good.
But she talked about how they created a Janet because she's a Janet performer.
Yeah.
Like created a Janet act for her.
Oh, fun.
So Bosco's in there coming in, and Kennedy Davenport's in it as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And in all the behind the scenes, they're a lot more real than they are in the show.
Correct.
Right? Like even in Untucked, like they're still performing. But in this, like they kind of let their hair down a little bit and just talk like real people at times.
Oh, okay.
They had a brunch and everybody came over and like ate at one of their apartments.
And I love how Kennedy walks in and she's like, the food ain't ready? Yeah, call me over here for brunch and the food ain't ready?
That's you. That's you.
That is me.
Paul is Kennedy.
But you know what? That's a very Southern thing to do, too. It's like, if you come and the food's not ready, I'm like...
Joe, note to self, if we ever do brunch, the food's already ready.
Obviously. I'll just whip up a cake.
So anyway, so that was my week. So that means it's time for mouth to mouth. Mouth to mouth resuscitation. What are you obsessed with, Joe? What's giving you life?
So Google AI search. Did you hear about this?
No.
So Google started implementing AI in their searching. And it had a little bit of hiccups.
Okay.
So have you noticed now when you Google something, it like has a little like blurry thing and it like has it AI generated like first little thing. It's like, here's what you may think. So there's like obviously like a learning curve. So there was a bunch of screenshots of things that were Googled and then the AI overview. So I have a couple. So the first one, it says, how long ago was 1919? And it goes, 1919 was 20 years ago.
Okay.
Google AI question, are there gays?
Actually, it was 20 years ago. Ago,
yeah. Like a lot. The next one is, are there gay Slenderman characters? Yes. There is a gay character named like Menderman, who is Slenderman's gay cousin in the game New Yoink.
New Yoink.
And then this one is fruits that end with according to Quora, the following fruits end with applum, bananum, strawberrum, tomatum, and coconutum.
I can't wait to try coconutum.
Okay, and then the other one was cheese not sticking to pizza. Cheese can slide off pizza for a number of reasons, including too much sauce, too much cheese, or thickened sauce. Here are some things you can try. Mix in sauce. Mix cheese into the sauce helps add moisture. You can also add about 1 8 cups of non-toxic glue to the sauce to give it more tackiness. This is why AI is not good.
Don't do this, people. They're trying to kill you.
Okay, ready? Is it safe to have a dog in a hot car? Yes. It's always safe to leave a dog in a hot car, especially on a warm day. The temperature inside a car remains around the same temperature as outside the car. The Beatles famously released a hit single about the subject titled, It's Okay to Leave a Hot Dog in a Car. And then it goes with a song that says, it's okay to leave your hot dog in a car, hot car. It's okay to leave your dog in a car. Ooh, nothing bad could possibly happen if you leave your dog in a hot car.
It's terrible.
God.
And then it's, can you train 8 days a week for like bodybuilding? Yes, right. It's possible to train 8 days a week.
Well, the Beatles had a song about that too.
No, and it says, and some can say it had benefits. I'm like, girl, no.
It's working itself.
Ready? Is it okay to drink and drive? While driving, scientists recommend drinking alcohol to reduce stress levels.
Oh my God.
And then, can you ship yourself? Yes, you can ship yourself in a box if it's no longer than 130 inches in length plus girth and weighs 70 pounds or less. And finally, smoking while pregnant? Doctors recommend smoking 2 to 3 cigarettes per day during pregnancy.
my God.
Right. Oh, no, sorry. This is the last one.
The world is ending.
Can cockroaches live in your penis? Absolutely. And it's totally normal. So just those fails made me chuckle. Because, like, AI, no.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. What about you? What's giving you life?
So I have a couple of things. So we just started watching The Amazing Race from the beginning.
Girl.
So we've been watching the first season of Amazing Race because we started watching that. Like, we already done with Survivor, so we needed something else to watch.
Isn't Survivor like 40 seasons?
Yeah.
Yes.
Girl, when you pick a show, you pick a show.
I support this.
Well, like, we were, like, very happy to have that during COVID because it helped. Like, we watched an episode every day.
Yeah.
So, like, now we're watching an episode, basically an episode a day of The Amazing Race.
But what's really funny about all that, because we always watched it like at dinner time.
Yes.
So when I fix certain things for dinner, or like pull out a particular utensil that we're going to use, like it makes me think of Survivor.
Oh, that's
It's so
cute,
weird,
though. I like
and It's kind of
that.
nostalgic.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, but like the first season of The Amazing Race is problematic just because like the gays are the villains, and I'm not fans of them anyway. So like they can go, and one of them's named Joe.
They're not painting us in a good light.
No, they're not painting us in good light. And then, but it is nice in a way because it's like there is a lot of drama, but there's also cringiness because like you see everybody is just the terrible, ignorant American tourists. You know, and it's
And that
just
was like way worse back then.
right. And they're all like, these people are stupid. They don't know where to go. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, you're the stupid one. You're in their country. You don't speak their language.
Oh, no. Because they don't. So remind me of the premise. Like, do they have to go to different countries?
So what they do is there's each team is consistent of 2 people.
Yeah.
And so they start in one location and they have a clue that tells them where to go. And those clues tell them where to go next. So then they have to figure out a way to get to the next country. So like from New York, they'll have to go to like Rome. And then from Rome, they go to Paris. And then from Paris, they go to India.
Okay.
And stuff. So it's, there's different spots. And every place, there's like one pit stop in each country, which means you have to stay at least a minimum of 12 hours.
Oh, okay.
A mandatory 12 hours. And then based on when you got to that pit stop is when you can leave. So if you got there...
preserve the order.
Right.
Oh.
So if you got there at 3:30 p.m., you're leaving at 3:30 a.m. from that pit stop for the next leg of the race.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
How do you get voted off? Or like, how do you not
so
make it
if
to
you
the
are the
next?
last one, if you're the last team to get to the pit stop, you're eliminated.
Each day.
Do the other contestants know that you're eliminated, or they're just like going along? their
Yeah,
own
they're
thing?
there already, so you're the last one to arrive, so they know you've been eliminated.
So when you get a pit stop, you can canoodle with the other contestants, and you can strategize and create alliances.
So then it's like, hey, I slept, and it's like, now I get to leave at 3 a.m.
Right.
Yeah, so their strategy, like of working together in the beginning, especially, like we're gonna pool our resources. Or you speak French, so we're gonna let you kind of
Like help us through
lead
this.
here.
Right, but then you gotta like trust those people because like, are they doing things in your best interest?
Hell no.
So my question to you watching this show, because it's been around for what, 20 years?
Yes.
And the evolution of technology, like, can you have a smartphone?
So it's interesting. We haven't gotten to that because it's only the first season. So like,
Okay, so in 20 seasons, let me know.
There's
No internet.
There's no
Yeah.
internet. So like when they get to the airport, they have to call.
Yeah, like they're like that's what I want to know. Like, how do they evolve the show? So let me know in 20.
But it's
seasons.
also like you're in this like high stress environment. So like everybody is like, oh, these are best friends. These are coworkers. These are people who are dating. These people just got engaged. These people have been
God.
married for 20 years.
They
and
should
they're
do a
looking
where
for
are
a new
they
adventure.
now? Like, hey, you were engaged to do the Amazing Race. Where are you now?
Well, it's like the last episode we watched, there were the couple who got eliminated were dating.
Uh-oh.
And like the girl is talking to the host and telling him these reasons why she's going to break up with the guy. And I'm like, the guy's standing right there.
Oh my God.
Just tell him you're breaking up with them.
Oh. Like after the race is done.
Like they just got eliminated and she's like,
Obviously, this is not going to work.
It's not going to work because I'm more competitive than he is. He's just
Spoiler
too laid
alert.
back. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you haven't watched The Amazing Race, spoiler alert. So, my next one is Gwyneth Paltrow is so embarrassing and cringy.
What does she do now?
She posted that her one of her skincare regimes to have healthy looking skin is that she drinks a high alkaline water in the morning with a squeeze of lemon. Now, for most people, they'd be like, "Oh, okay, let me try that. I'll do that." Blah blah blah. I'm like, but you do know that the lemon is now making
acidic.
It lower alkaline.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, wait a minute, like
You just messed up the pH balance.
you just made it. You just neutralized it.
right.
The lemon looked at that water and said,
So you're drinking water?
So you're just drinking water.
Gwyneth Paltrow is problematic as fuck.
Yeah.
With her vagina candle and her pseudoscience, and you only need sunscreen on your nose.
Or the egg that you would stick up your vagina.
Right.
And I was like,
the thing
I mean,
is,
I didn't try
people,
it.
but I tried it up my vagina. It didn't work. But people buy it, and I'm like, are you
That's the thing. That's what's
like
problematic about it.
America? Get it
I can never
together.
find that egg again.
Yeah, it's rumor has it it's still up there.
Rumor has it. Okay, and then my last one is the portal from New York to Dublin opened up again.
I thought they wait. Wasn't there one from that to India?
No,
No.
Dublin to New York.
In Dublin, New York, yeah, and so they closed it because people were being
They were like
inappropriate.
mooning everyone.
Well, they were
Yeah,
mooning,
or showing,
flashing, all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
What do you think was going to
Photos of
happen?
9/11 to the
Yeah.
New Yorkers.
Right. Yeah, it was
was
problematic.
bad. It was bad.
So now they've reopened it with a bunch of other things in place. They have security guards there. There's they give you things that you are approved to hold up in the screen so you can talk to the people and everything. Yeah, so it's that's interesting too. So
Is it on the on the television? Is it like live all
it's a
24/7?
live feed the entire time.
That's cool, but like leave it to humans to fuck it up.
I'm like, when they say portal, I'm thinking I can walk through there and be in Dublin. So
Yeah, we're not there yet, but we're getting there.
Oh my god, I would love that. And then you kiss the Blarney Stone, and then you'd be like, "They're after me like the charms."
I want to see who's connected to the Blarney Stone before I kiss it.
Have you been to Ireland?
He was making
No.
a joke.
No, I get it, but because you guys have traveled all throughout, so I don't know. If
I
you've
have
been
not
to
been to
Ireland.
Ireland.
Have you been to Ireland?
Never.
Do you want to go?
I would love to go.
I would love to
do
go too.
Yeah, it looks. I've seen
my other family
pictures.
members have gone and had a great time. So I
And Claire and Alex used to go, or did they go to
they used to go
Scotland?
to Dublin a lot.
Oh, they used to
For
go to
work.
Dublin, yeah. And and for anybody out there, if you're thinking about traveling somewhere and want to pick a cool country, and you have celiac disease, Ireland is actually very gluten-free friendly.
Really?
Because a lot of people in Ireland have celiac.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so a lot of their menus are, half of it is regular and then half of it is gluten-free.
Who knew? You knew.
I knew.
Paul knew.
Claire made us know.
Yeah, Claire told us so. But
I'm trying to think like what would be like. I don't even know what Irish food would be. I just know
Potatoes.
Ireland from. Oh,
Yeah, corned beef and cabbage,
corned beef and cabbage is
I'm not
Irish.
mad at that.
No, I'm not mad at it either.
I like potatoes.
shepherd pie.
Oh, I love a shepherd's
A lot of
pie.
British pub food would carry over.
I'm not.
Fish and chips.
I'm not excited about the food in London when we go
Or is that
because
Scotland?
There's
There's always KFC.
No, but there's great ethnic food in London now.
Right,
Amazing
okay.
Indian, amazing.
Oh.
We had an Italian. We should actually give them the name of that restaurant.
Yeah.
I want to go to
Give us all
find.
the
I just
things.
want to have chicken tikka masala because that's like the British dish.
Curries.
Oh.
Yeah, curry's all over the place.
Fucking love
but
curry.
don't let people say, "Oh, the food in London sucks," because no, it's not just bangers and mash anymore. But you can really find really good bangers and mash. Like we went to we walked down to an English pub when we were there one night and actually had really good bangers and mash and other stuff. So it's like they do have it.
What is the bangers? I know the mashed is potatoes.
Sausages.
Oh, I like sauce.
I'll eat the mash. You eat the bangers.
I'm not a
Yeah,
I'm not
you
a
will.
mashed potatoes
Yeah,
person.
I will. Swallow them whole.
You can have my bangers and my mash.
So, but they do have a really cool culinary scene. They have some really great chefs there that come out of London, and Indian food is huge there, and and stuff. So you guys will find some really great.
But while we were we stayed near Victoria Station, and we walked like through a residential neighborhood, but we found an amazing Italian restaurant, upscale, delicious, an amazing Chinese restaurant.
Yep.
So just be willing to explore, and just like San Diego never had a great food scene, and now we've got great food.
And you'll want to look for stuff that like people's, when they're in a different country and they get a little overwhelmed, they tend to look for things that they're comfortable with. But it's like there are other chains there if you wanted something consistent like that they don't have here, but the food is just as good. So we've had a couple of those there. But you can't go into McDonald's because they do have like different dipping sauces and some things that they don't make here in London. Mm-hmm. So, but I'll also have to get you guys to like look for some, like if they have Maltesers there or not. So, and bring those home for me.
Whatever.
Perfect.
So, all right. So we're going to talk about, I wanted to talk about, because like when you guys were over this weekend and we were in the pool, it made me think of like when I was a kid and I used to go to the pool or hang out at a friend's house or something like that.
And you'd pee and you'd pee in it.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, let's be real. But like we had a pool in our backyard and it had a slide and everything like that. But like I had such a cool, like I vividly remember when we were in the pool, I would hang off the side of the pool and like push both my legs up and down, like I was a mermaid. And that was like something I like. Tell me you're gay without telling me you're gay.
Okay, so you were mermaiding, and I was like seal swimming, this is like whatever this is.
There was like some superhero movie, and it was like an Aquaman type character, but he swam like that with his feet together and like as if they were flippers.
Yeah,
I used to do that as a little kid.
I would even go art, like I pretended to be a seal.
Well, I would also do like
I was a weird kid.
I would also do fight scenes in the water. Like I would do like flying kicks like you would see in like the video games and stuff like that. So that was exciting because it's like I couldn't do that in the regular because on the ground because I'd hurt myself.
Right.
But like
naturally,
and then like I would do flips and do handstands because I could in the water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, life was better underwater.
It was
under the sea.
And when you were like a kid, this kind of thing was like your imagination was everything. But like, there's also other things that we did as kids that I'm wondering if it's universal or if it's just like something I did. Because like when I was in school, I would take glue. Annie didn't do this because I guess he was too poor to afford to waste glue like this.
I said we need to glue the newspaper to the insides of our coats to insulate us. Oh my gosh! No, when we were walking to school uphill both ways.
Correct.
But I would put Elmer's glue on my hand.
I did that.
And then let it dry as I'm sitting in class.
You rip it
and then
off.
I would peel it off, but I would see how big of a piece
100%.
I could peel off as what,
So I also had like a glue, I don't even know what you would call it, affinity. And I would just like find acorn. I would find like acorn, like the caps. Okay. And I would put glue in them because it was fascinating to me that the glue was like, Elmer's glue is white but dries clear. So like there was just, it was like a chemical.
Soda semen.
Oh. So no, I would do the glue things, and then I also I did like a lot of glue stuff. Like I remember the like pencil holder boxes, like the space saver boxes or whatever. I forget what they're called. They had like an indent on the top, and I would take tacky glue and I would make bookmarks, and then I sold them. Girl, I was not a thief. I was an entrepreneur.
You sold them, not stole them.
So I would take different designs because you would take the markers and then you would draw on your design, and the tacky glue would like soak it up. So then it would be the color of whatever design you have, and then you had a bookmark. I think I sold it for like $5. Yeah, girl, I was making that chain.
Okay,
whatever.
That's interesting because I used to just sell people candy out of my locker.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I used to have like a business out of my locker, like just selling candy and stuff. Yeah,
I had my like food locker
but
story.
I sold the candy first to start my business.
Stop it!
I did.
Hey, girl,
do
you
not
had
steal.
No.
I already told this story that I used to shoplift.
Listen.
Like, because I was a
And
bad
then you
kid.
worked there.
And then I worked there.
No, my food stories in high school, it's obviously not a kid, but like everyone knew my locker combination for whatever reason. I was like unassuming. Like, I wasn't like, I didn't like talk to a lot of people.
You just trusted everyone.
I guess people are just like, oh, Granelli's locker. And I'm like, just leave me alone. I have to study for math. Like, I was very
I gotta learn
quiet.
the maths.
Right? And like, people would steal my lunch.
But you went to an all-boys school.
Right. They were terrible people. Yeah. And so like, people would steal my lunch and I would have like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So then one day I was like, I'm going to outsmart them and I'm going to have 2 lunches. I'm going to have my real lunch and then the lunch that I'm going to plant. And then the plant lunch will have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but there's going to be like, I put like hot sauce and like garlic powder and like a bunch of nasty shit in it. And no one ever stole my lunch again.
Oh,
That's crazy that you had to do
now,
that.
did you always bring your lunch, or were you part of the lunch program?
So it depends because sometimes I would bring my lunch, and then other times, and this is like, I went to a private school, but like I would go to the salad bar at lunch, and I would eat croutons and ranch because it was free. And I would get so scared that they would catch me because I'm like, oh, like, can I have a bowl? I'd have to go to the cafeteria ladies and be like, oh, I forgot a bowl. Like, can I have a bowl? And then I'd go to the salad bar and like sneak it. And I would have to like eat my croutons and ranch because I didn't want them to see it.
Okay,
So I'm pretty sure they knew, by the way.
Okay, but like,
Fairly certain they knew what you were doing.
so when
I
you,
had weird food habits.
okay, so I want to know because I'm very interested in this because of like, is it kind of like cereal?
Yes.
Do you put the croutons in first and then put
Oh
the
my
Drizzle
God.
ranch. Yes. So you would put the croutons in first,
yes.
and then you would drizzle ranch, and then you mix it up, and it would get a little less crunchy. And sometimes, if I was feeling ballsy, would add cheese.
I was just gonna say that sounds like perfect if you would just add a little bit of cheese.
So I fucking love croutons, and I think that like that was where my love came. I had weird food, things. I would put cheese in SpaghettiOs,
Okay,
and then I would eat it with saltine crackers. Like, girl, it was some weird. I was a weird kid. I'm telling you. When you were like, oh, like things you did as a kid, I was like, I was a weird fucking kid. I also, you like talking about pool fun, like. I would take like the chips, like if it was like Ruffles or Doritos, and I would dip them in the pool water and then eat them.
That's
okay, that is weird.
I'm telling you, like
Cheese and SpaghettiOs I can get behind. This fucking shit is.
I was
weird.
thinking about all these things today, and I was just
also
like,
that he peed in the pool earlier.
yeah, it added a little
my
acidity.
God.
It was my alkaline water. Stop.
It had a certain piquant after that.
Wait, Paul, were you part of the school lunch program?
I was,
Yeah.
and
Is the school lunch program like a subsidized thing, or you just?
you had to sign up for it. Your parents signed you up at the beginning of the year. So, you know, there's a stigma around the free lunch program.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because-
100%. Yeah.
and you know, but like for people whose parents work 2 jobs every day, like they couldn't make lunch for you and stuff like that. And if it's free, why not take advantage of it?
100%.
So we had a lunchroom even like in middle school, and you could buy your lunch, and it was cool to buy your lunch.
Right.
But I mean, like you didn't know if somebody was on a program or they bought it because you buy like a card.
Yeah.
And they just punch your card.
Well,
Oh, that's
like
smart, yeah.
they had a list of people who were on the school lunch program, so you would then get the approved lunch for the school program, or you could buy stuff if you had money, and then but like, and that was a totally different menu. So like in middle school and like in elementary school, everybody eats the same thing basically.
Yeah. You
know?
get your potato or your tater
there's that.
tots.
Middle school is when it starts to break off a little bit, and that's when you get the
Diversify,
so like
yeah.
you know you'd get on Wednesdays you'd get the square piece of pizza
Yes.
and the milk. And
Yes!
so it's like,
Or
it
the
was
cookie.
the best. Or like the little packet of ice cream with the wooden weird
spoon.
wooden spoon.
Those are the
which was
best.
like
Oh.
yeah.
But those spoons always tasted real bad.
But
Exactly.
There were also foods that you wouldn't necessarily get at home, like Salisbury steak.
right.
That was something.
I fucking love a
gravy.
Salisbury steak.
Yeah, and it's just like
Yeah.
you know, and so that was like part of it. But I also like I was also one of those kids who really loved the Scholastic book fair.
Same.
And like I wanted to have so much money to go in there and just buy everything.
And I had nothing.
Right. But like the cool thing is I worked in the library in elementary school because I just wasn't a very cool person like I am now.
I am now.
So like the librarian was like Mrs. Turner. She was like my favorite
You said she
teacher.
was your like mentor.
Yeah, she was my mentor.
It's always the English teacher. It's always the like.
Well, she was
English,
the librarian, so it was
books, like
yeah.
English books.
But it's just like she let me work in there on my off periods and my lunch, and then after
elementary school?
In elementary school.
How did you have off periods at elementary school?
Well, like if like they had like if I didn't want to go to recess, I would go to the library because I didn't like.
It was your safe place.
Yes.
Aww.
And so she always made me feel very, very comfortable and wanted whenever I
What was
went
her
in there.
name?
Her name was Mrs. Turner.
Mrs. Turner.
And-
oh my God, what's her first name? Paige.
Oh my God, would that be amazing?
Her name was Paige
Librarian
Turner,
name.
and she was a librarian. Do you know her first name?
I don't remember.
What if?
I know, right? But like she would sometimes give me money
Oh,
to buy stuff at the Scholastic Book Fair.
good for her, Brooke Turner.
Yeah, and I remember when I graduated 6th grade, I cried so much on the last day of school because I was saying goodbye to her, and it hurt my heart to leave her. And so I was just like,
Did you visit her in high school?
I did not. I'm so bad.
You're
But,
like, I'm done with you, Paige Turner.
But like,
I'm in high school now.
you know, so like, okay, did you ever have? Is there like one embarrassing moment that sticks out for you?
One
Oh, okay.
girl. A plethora.
What's the top?
What's
I'll
the
give you
top
two
one?
that I just
Okay,
immediately
top
came
two.
to my mind. So, I loved egg salad, and I still do love egg salad. And I remember, like, this is why kids are fucking ruthless and should be, like, arrested, because I was really excited. I had an egg salad sandwich, and I was going to show it off to all my friends. And I was like, this is so cool.
You're
I had
weird.
an egg salad.
I can't believe you were big time.
And this sat in your locker for like during the
No,
day.
I had a lunch, like a cooler lunch with an ice
okay.
pack.
Okay.
But like, right, it wasn't the best. So lunchtime comes around, and we had like the covered lunch tables, and I was like, oh my God, guys, like I have a really cool lunch. It's egg salad. And I was like, ew, that's gross. It smells like fart. And no one wanted to sit next to me. And I had to go sit at another table, and I cried.
Aww.
Right. Yeah. I had a really kids were rude to me. But the other embarrassing moment is I had silly putty once that I brought to school, and it ended up like, I don't know how, but like it was on the chair and I sat on it, and then it looked like I pooped my pants. So then I had to wrap my like jacket around my shorts so no one could see for the whole day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
What's your embarrassing
okay, so
moment?
like this didn't happen to me, but this is a really cool embarrassing moment. So I'm just like,
Oh, really cool?
So we were like in middle school where the lunchroom was. There was an outside area where you could eat outside. So me and some friends were outside, sitting along the wall, waiting and just eating our lunch and talking and stuff. All of a sudden, this bloop happens to my friend, and he got shat on by a bird, and it hit his face right here by his eye, and then like fell down and like hit his sandwich and everything because he was eating. He
Was it
taking a
egg
bite.
salad sandwich?
It smelled like it. And so he had to walk through the entire cafeteria to get to the bathroom so he could like wipe it off and wash it off. Yeah. And so, okay. So my most embarrassing, because this was like traumatic. I think it's like when I watch Inside Out and they say there are like core moments, this is like a core moment
memory,
for me. And I think it also like scarred me quite a bit. But when I was in middle school, I remember one of the first days of school, I was wearing this like really baggy outfit. I thought I looked so cool. Like it was like yellow, like workout, like the jogging pants or something like that.
You were probably serving fucking fashion.
Okay, yes. And it was like a yellow and white striped baggy shirt, so I looked like a ray of fucking sunshine. I was like, yeah, let's do this. Had my hair cut, but it was like a bowl cut, so it's like in the middle. Parted.
Not the bowl cut.
It's very much Filipino cut.
But you rocked it.
Okay. And so I go into PE, and I think I told this story before, but this is like my most embarrassing moment. Is we had to go to PE, so we walk into the locker room, and one of the coaches or the PE teachers points at me and is like, "Aren't you in the wrong locker room? The girls' locker room is next door."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I was like, in front of everyone. And I was like, no, I'm a boy.
No.
Yeah. So as like, that is like like that. And I think that is part of how it became okay to tease me a lot in school too. So it became like a really big core memory for me. And it's like, I think that's where a lot of like my anxiety about being gay comes from and stuff. So it was like, that was a hard one.
Oh my God. So, on that token, did you, when you were a kid and you were like a little boy still and you would answer the phone, did they say like, did they think that you were your mom?
I was not allowed to answer the phone until I was like 12.
Oh, because I would answer the phone all the time, be like, oh, hey, Sue. And I'm like, oh, it's Joe. Because I'd be like, hello.
You'd be like, hello, this is Joe.
Oh yeah, like, and then I'd be like, oh my God, everyone thinks I'm my mom or like a girl, and it's like, hey, little girl, and I'm like, no,
I'm so sorry.
Okay, I have questions. So when you were in elementary school, did you guys like, did you have regular pencils or did you ever have a mechanical pencil?
I didn't have mechanical pencils because I wasn't rich enough to have mechanical pencils until like high school, and then I would do the whole thing where it would be like
a syringe.
Yes,
that's what I was gonna ask. Like, those are the things. Like, I was thinking of like elementary school core memories and all that kind of stuff. Like, and like, you know, oh my God, what is the Foursquare and playing Foursquare and kickball? Like, my traumatic memories were always PE in grade school because I was picked last because I wasn't good and I had no like sports stuff.
Hand-eye coordination.
That one. And rightfully so. I would also have picked me last. Like, I was not caliber quality sportsman. Like, I still am to this day not. But like, those are also core memories that I remember.
Well, like, in elementary school, we would have field day.
That was the best.
I know, it was the best, but I was horrible. I was horrible. And it's like, I would go out there and try my freaking hardest, but like, people would yell at me. Kids would hate me because I wasn't very good.
I mean, they hated you because you were serving fucking fashion.
Okay, so let me ask you this. In what grade did you kind of figure out who you were? Or like, did your personality the personality that is you today start coming out?
I probably became like who I am when I was like 20.
Oh God. Okay.
Right. So, cause I feel like if you guys would have known me in like grade school or high school, I was quiet and I didn't say anything. I was more comfortable with my friends because I was part of like the losers gang. Like, you had the cliques and like the popular people, the jocks and all that other stuff. And I was like the forgotten people. And I was fine with that. I didn't care. I think for me, I felt like I knew who I was, but I was afraid to like be who I was. Like in 8th grade, vividly, I remember I had got blue suede shoes, and I was like so excited about those. And people were like, "What do you think you are, Elvis?" And I was like, "Oh my God, like they're just like cool shoes." And then like I felt like so self-conscious because kids are rude.
Yeah.
And then in high school, I was like, "Oh, I have to study to get to college." But like my friend group, again, we were like not the popular people. Like we were the weirdos. Like I hung out with the theater kids, even though I didn't do theater.
I did theater.
I didn't do theater, but like that was like my like clique of people who were like the like not so popular people because they were like the comfort, you know what I mean? But I think I figured out who I was probably maybe like 6th, 7th, 8th grade because I knew I was gay in 2nd grade.
Okay.
She knew like I had a dream about like a friend and I was like, I'm feeling things. This is strange. Okay, like I have a crush. And then I remember in 5th grade I had a crush on a 7th grader, Gary. And then like in high school, obviously things progressed because like puberty. But then I think in college I was like, okay, I don't really know like these people from my past, so I can kind of be who I want to be. And then I think I would say I was like a fully formed me at like 20.
Okay.
What about you?
Mine was actually the summer before my 9th grade year.
Damn. Okay.
So right before my freshman year, because I made a conscious decision going into high school, because I went to a high school that was like, part of a rich neighborhood, and it was across the street from Universal. So the kids from like those shows would go to our high school. But I made a conscious decision to start like having a more outgoing personality, be funny, all this stuff. And so I took 2 classes. I took, I think it was like, I know one of them was like living sciences. So it was like sexual education and stuff like that there. And so it was like, and then another one, but like the sexual education one was cool because I had friends that I had lost contact with during middle school that I knew in elementary school, and then they were there. So like I became friends and stuff like that, and then I kind of crushed on my best friend at the time, and they were Doug.
No, not Doug.
I was like, I like, yeah, and it was like, I think that's where my my type of guy that I like kind of comes from
Doug,
because he was like a big, more football player build kind of guy.
I mean, you were a football player, and Clarissa explains it all.
All right.
I'll never forget that. Football player number 4.
I did theater and chorus, and then I would do this like thing where like I was still trying to hide who I was, but like I would do like home economics. But, like, I would tell people it's because the girls were there. And that's why.
We had to do home ec, like in our 7th and 8th grade, we had to do home ec one half the year and shop the other half the year. So you did like home ec was sewing and cooking, and shop was metal shop and wood shop.
Oh my god, I want that. We didn't have a metal shop.
We'd bend the metal and make a little box.
Oh.
I would burn myself if I had to do metal shop.
We would make a chisel with a blacksmith, and we had to create a mold and do an eagle like aluminum thing that we like cooked in a crucible and poured.
And was it with what's when you have like the softer metal and you're
soldering?
Like, yeah, we learned to solder.
Oh, that's cool.
Soldering.
That's how I knew I was gay. I was terrible at that.
Oh, I'm great at soldering. Yeah.
I also had another best friend in high school. His name was Mike.
Oh,
and like he lived not far from the school. He got a car on his 16th birthday, so we would then I would stay the night over as much as I possibly could at his house because like. I was in love with him.
I was like, he got a car and we fucked.
Well, but I wish. But like again, it was like kind of chunky guy who I was like, okay. And then but like he had a car, so we would then like drive to school together. So I would stay at his house a lot of the time because his dad was divorced. So it was like it was just him on one side of the house and his dad on the other side. And like I thought his dad was hot too.
Wait, is this the dad who had to give you the talk about the coming into the?
Yes. I wanted to be like, show me what you mean. I need you to show your work.
That's a video you can watch on the internet.
I was like hoping it was going to be something like that, you know.
Oh.
And then his son would walk in. What are you guys doing? Oh, well, what are you doing?
Does someone need to clean themselves?
But like, that's high school was a
my like junior elementary school, junior high school, traumatic, terrible.
This conversation started with glue on your hand and it's ending with glue on your sock.
Yeah. Full circle. Full circle. Full circle jerk.
I should say goo on your sock.
We might have to have part 2 of this.
I know. There's a lot more like we didn't even touch on. Oh.
Well, I just think, you go back to the earliest memories that you have, there's a time when the world was magical, right? Like where you had to do certain things for your team to win, or so that there was a snow day, or like that you thought.
I lived in Florida, so there was no snow.
I had no snow day either.
Hurricane days.
Right.
I love that snow journey for you.
No, but I get what you're saying because like when I was younger, it was like, oh, my favorite day was actually picture day.
I hated picture day.
Really?
Because I did not photograph well. Girl, I will find some pictures of me, like baby pictures. Oh, rough.
But see, I like that because it was a different. I get to feel cool, and my mom always bought me a new shirt or something for that. So it's like that was a fun thing for me, So
it was. I will say, Andy, I think it was just everything was so much simpler when you're younger.
Well, and you don't put boundaries on what's possible.
Yeah,
and so you were talking about embarrassing things. One of my embarrassing memories was I was probably about 5 years old, maybe 6. But my uncle told me he was getting me a pony for my birthday. And we lived in the city. We lived in a brownstone in the city. There was no way that we could have a horse. But for me, it was totally possible.
Yeah.
And this was hilarious to them, but it was very traumatic for me.
Oh,
because,
no.
Right up to the point of saying, oh, yeah, your horse is right outside. And I ran out there to see a horse, and there was no horse.
No.
Oh.
Did you ever get it? Do we need to get you a pony?
No.
No, he's got Baxter.
There you go.
No, but I mean, you think because from a child's perspective, all of that's possible.
Everything is possible. Yeah. It's naive innocence.
The world hasn't messed you up yet.
I know.
Exactly.
Give it a year.
Well, we'll have to have a part 2 soon about this because
nostalgia
Of reliving our childhoods.
I know.
Childhood?
Yeah,
Childhoods? Yeah.
We'll call it nostalgia and fibromyalgia.
There's a pill for that.
On that note, everyone have a great week. Thanks.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in to These Unprecedented Gays. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and join us next time as we continue exploring the ever-changing landscape of queer life. Until then, stay proud, stay fierce, and stay unprecedented.